Hello and welcome back to episode 16 of The Sinking City. I'm Vic, and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. So let's see if we can find anybody to talk to around here. I guess we should look for an office of something or other. We should be looking for the Sciences Building, of course. Dormitories. Inaccessible. And it only took us 15 episodes to get to the place that we started off in Quantum Break. Isn't that interesting? Why do you have all these books out in the rain?
Wendell sent you to deliver me the books, right?
No. You must have me confused with someone else.
Oh, excuse me. I'm just worried for the fate of these tomes. It's been a week without news from Wendell. Maybe you can help me. I'd reward you, of course.
These tomes have been out in the rain for a week. They're ruined. That's their fate.
What can I do?
Oh, marvelous. Let's get acquainted then. Samuel Hopes, honorary member of Altera Par's book club.
Charles Reed, Private Eye.
Good, good. Listen, we're missing 3 rare books. One was taken for restoration while the other 2 were being studied. I asked Wendell to contact all parties, but he's gone quiet. Here's our records. Please, retrieve the tomes. They're so very valuable.
Here are our records.
Why are they so valuable?
They're the 3rd, 7th, and 9th tomes written by the humble servant. The collection of all 11 books is our most prized possession. The author's real name is a mystery, but we know that he was an Oakmonter for sure.
The humble servant.
Okay, I'm on it.
Is he related to Abdul Alhazred? Books for the book club. Somewhat less of an exciting war cry than, blood for the blood god, for example. What's going on here? Yeah, I could read that.
Welcome to the University of Oakmont. How can I help you?
Tell me about this
Recognize
flask.
This bottle? You know where it comes from?
Sorry. We have hundreds of bottles like this in the university.
Fine. I need to know what's in it. Any suggestions?
You need an analysis. Well, I'm sure someone from the Department of Medicine can help there.
Okay.
I'm looking for Professor Westerbrook. You know where I can find him?
You're the one bringing him the specimen?
Specimen?
Never mind. He's in the Department of Medicine. Let me show you.
Thanks.
You have a good day.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. Department of Medicine. Okay, on the other side of the...
Knock it off.
Get out of my way. On the other side of the dormitories. Yes? No? Oh, it was the dormitories. Can I go in there now? This door didn't open a minute ago, and it still doesn't have a hobo mark on it. No, why would I try to go inside? Everybody who's important appears to be standing around in the rain, instead of being in the building. Birds. I hope you saw that seagull standing on nothing.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Oakmont University Department of Medicine. I'm Samuel.
Charles Reed, private investigator. I have a few questions if you don't mind.
The flask. That's not a question.
You recognize this bottle? Maybe you could tell me what's inside.
That's one of our lab bottles. We have a lot of them. As for what's inside, I'd need to run some tests.
Could you do that for me?
These tests aren't cheap. And the other day I could get right to it, but we're, somewhat hindered right now.
What's up?
Our lab is crawling with, well, creatures. Professor Westerbrook's research is a little unconventional, and something went wrong. Really wrong.
Well, I guess I should go shoot things in your lab.
So, if I do a little pest control for you, you'll run those tests for me. For free?
Our budget is tight. You'd be helping the cause of science, Mr. Reed. Isn't that enough?
Oh, I guess science could help itself.
All right. Yes, you solve all problem, and I'll run the test for you. Off the books. Here's the key for the basement.
There's some nice haggling, Charles. Which way am I going? Who cares? I'm going to steal all the stuff. 2 times alcohol. Nice. One thing that I haven't been able to find very much of for crafting. EOD is banned. To all staff and students of the University of Oakmont. Henceforth, any mention of the Everyone's Obvious Duty organization, also known as EOD, its symbolics, current and or past members, as well as espousing their beliefs, is forbidden on university grounds on pain of dismissal and or expulsion. The administration has received numerous reports of EOD activity and outreach disguised as so-called charity work throughout our university and all over Oakmont. This dangerous activity has reached epidemic proportions and cannot be tolerated. Administration of the Board of Trustees. Well, that's an interesting little detail. Can't carry any more revolver ammo. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. No, I'm not running away. Don't be like that. Okay, we're going back right now. See, are you happy? Oh, there's a big one. Did you see it? Oh, there's 4 of them. What if we tried a grenade out? Is this a good time for a grenade? Let's do it. So we'll give that a little toss, and then we'll run up the stairs. All right. Get up there. Thank you. Well, I'd say that was a grenade well spent. Let's see if we can replace it. We cannot. See? Rags. Where am I going to find more rags? Oh, damn it. I should not have made that. Ugh. I do not like all the noise that they make while they're going away. They should just quietly go away. Give me rags. I mean, those things are all acceptable too, but...
Some serious equipment they've got here. Oakmont University is clearly well funded.
Can you imagine living in an era where a blob made out of welded together copper was serious equipment?
What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention dissect it.
A scientist, Charles. Oh, this is bad. March 10th. With those pesky limitations removed, I can finally continue my experiments unhindered. I need to know more. The specimen remained alive even with half of its internal organs removed. It's fascinating. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough in biology as we know it. March 15th. I developed a way to reanimate their tissue, even in one that's been dead for weeks. This is monumental. The possibilities of it, the implications. Does this hint at something hidden, some trait present inside other creatures, and perhaps even ourselves? I will need volunteers. That's not heading in a good direction. For sure.
I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
Is that a Huggy friend, or is that a new one that I haven't seen yet? Shut up, whispering. Nobody asked you. Nobody's listening to you. Okay, so I can teleport to the other side of the desk.
Your lab is certified creature-free.
Excellent, Mr. Reed. You've done us a great favor. Now we can get things up and running again.
Try not to worry about that little blown up bit by the bottom of the stairs. That's nothing to worry about.
Your lab was, interesting. Running experiments on those creatures. What's up with that?
Oh, they're fascinating, aren't they? Convincing evidence of new branches in the evolutionary tree. Can you blame us for taking an interest?
Maybe not. But so much dead flesh down there, that's going to attract scavengers. Didn't you think about that?
Yeah, well, no. We'll be more careful in the future. Your point's taken.
You'll be dead.
Okay. I've done my part. Here's the bottle. Now you run those tests.
Yes. Wait here. It shouldn't take long.
Cool.
We finished that analysis, sir. It's ricin.
Ricin?
A highly toxic poison extracted from castor beans. It's slow-acting, but absolutely fatal to humans.
That's a problem.
How can you tell if someone's been poisoned with ricin?
The symptoms take several days to develop. At first, it's like a common cold. But over several days, well, it develops into hemorrhage, internal organ failure, and death. It's not a pleasant way to die.
Shit's about to get real in the, ghetto.
So, where do you get ricin? This isn't something you can pick up from a drugstore.
About that. It is rare, but we have a certain amount of it here. For study, in our poison store. Or we did. I'm afraid that must be where it came from. The label had been tampered with, but it certainly looks like ours. Where did you find it?
Crime scene. Someone was trying to poison a bunch of fish with it.
This is horrible. I need to warn everyone in the university about this.
There's some kind of cure for ricin?
I'm afraid not. Once it's in your system, it's a death sentence.
Cool.
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key. His office is upstairs, right alongside Professor Cavendish's. Professor Westerbrook's not here, though. He's been sick for the last few days. Professor Cavendish is away as well, on vacation.
Where do they live?
I'm not sure, but probably somewhere in Advent. Most of the teaching staff live there. Wait, you don't think it was one of them?
I'm working on that. Can you let me upstairs?
Well... all right. This is serious. I'll help you. Here's the key, but please don't disturb the professor's things.
I'm going to disturb every last one of the professor's things.
I'd like to know a bit more about your professors.
What do you want to know?
I want to know more about Westerbrook.
He's the head of our department. He's been here for, well, at least 30 years. He's one of the longest-serving staff we have. As you've already seen, he's particularly interested in the wild beast that recently appeared in our city.
Yeah, that's quite the unique fauna you have there.
I've no idea how he did it, but Mr. Throgmorton's men brought him live specimens for his research. He thinks he's on the verge of a breakthrough in evolutionary theory. A secret that, once revealed, will benefit all humankind.
Some secret should stay buried. 6 feet under.
You're not a man of science, are you? It's not about why. It's about what if.
I have totally forgotten why I care about that guy.
What can you tell me about Professor Cavendish?
He's one of the most brilliant teachers we have here. A PhD at only 25. Just imagine. His biochemistry studies are second to none. Worthy of a Nobel Prize. If he could complete his work.
What's his problem?
I don't know. There's some kind of family trouble. It's made him standoffish and irritable, and easily distracted. I hope he gets through whatever he's going through. We need his talent, especially in these dark times.
Cool, bye.
I'll see you later.
Not super thrilled about the tired So excited about whether you could, you'd never stop to think about whether you should. Trope. Authorized personnel only. I'm authorized personnel. In we go. This is absurd. It's been 5 months and they still haven't finished repairing my office. I'm done sitting in the corridor like some kind of waiter. I won't step foot into this building again until the works are finished, or you give me Cavendish's office. You tell that to the board. I'm through with this farce. Now, I've met guys like this before. Oh, it's a head and neck and shoulders. Cavendish. Cavendish again. Really? Brothers and sisters. Crossed out, too familiar. My fellow Americans. Crossed out. They are Americans too. Citizens of Oakmont. How much longer will we put up with those fish-faced bast crossed out, those sea freaks crossed out? How much longer will we put up with this? Those K-forsaken degenerates who call themselves the EOD crossed out. Well, I believe I might have ID'd somebody of interest. Okay. Yeah, fine, we'll go through the door. I already opened it. Jeez. Westerbrook.
These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
And 2 of them were labeled ricin. And then what? What do you want? Back in here? Oh. A key impression. Oh, was I not supposed to shoot the lock?
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
Our bald feller. Oh, I left that other building incomplete, didn't I? Guess it doesn't matter. But there's still some more evidence that we haven't found. Well, let's take a look at what we've got already. So Westerbrook has access to poison. And Cavendish made a spare key. Yep. Good. Yeah. No? No? Well, so now I've just got 3 orphan pieces of evidence? And there's stuff here that I haven't found yet? I did look at that, right? Yes. So is Cavendish our bold friend? Our bald friend? Is that the deal? I mean, he is also bold, isn't he? Boldly stealing keys.
These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
Yeah. The flagon with the dragon and so on. Closed for maintenance. Full of goodies. Professor Westerbrook. Is that it?
Can you film?
Of course.
We already
see.
talked about those things. Mm-hmm. Where's the evidence that I'm missing? There's a stone, and it has not turned. Something, it's gotta be down here, right? Aha! Experiment log part 1, March 2nd. I've finally received a living specimen. Sadly, it's only the smallest one. The grunts call it Mr. Handsome, but I think it needs a proper name. March 3rd. I was thinking about the name for this specimen all night. I began a series of experiments on the creature. So far, it has proven exceptionally resistant to all the poisonous substances at my disposal, as well as acid and electrocution. Its shrieking, though, is bound to haunt me. March 5th. Last night I had a vision. Thousands of hands wrapped around me as a blanket. Then I heard the name inside my head. Stygian Harvester. Yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now we gotta go look for Baldy's home in Advent. So we're either going to City Hall or the police station. There's gotta be a phone booth around here somewhere, right? People at university like to make phone calls. And it's not like there are very many smartphones to go around. Yeah, there we go. So I wonder what kind of entity contacted our friend to let him know what to call his friend. What do you think? City Hall first? Or the Popo? Let's try City Hall. We're not investigating a crime, so I think City Hall is more fitting. What are our search terms going to be? We've got our piece of evidence. And then what? Nope. Nope. Yes. So, Advent. Citizen records. Citizens? Awesome. There he is. Michael's Road between Carpenter and Constitution. Flat 2. Advent. Carpenter. Between what and what? Am I remembering that right? St. Michael's between Carpenter and Constitution. Okay, so it's here-ish. Off we go. She sassed me in another episode. I don't remember what she said, but that doesn't mean she didn't say it. Am I... I'm walking it. I can walk this.
Extra.
So we've seen him use his shovel. We've got a little water bottle on the other side, but I haven't seen him use that. Do you think there's something exciting in there? Probably not. And what would it be anyway? We don't have a reason to believe that holy water is effective. And, it is prohibition, so just run around with a jug of whiskey or something would be not a great plan. Well, I was hoping that might be it, but there's no hobo mark on that. Oh, there is. We found it. apartment of G. Cavendish. Nice place. Tag from the baby carriage. If you want it, take it. It's free. No thanks.
The door won't budge.
Well, time for some B&E. Bit of a mess. Those casings? Those might be casings.
And judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
Sentimental value, no doubt. Can't carry anymore. Westerbrook usually has his lunch about 2:30. Get some soap. Anna always stays at the fish market. She shouldn't learn about me. New hauls of fish arrive every 2 days. An ounce per box will be enough. The guard spends most of his time on the second floor during the night. Think about a way to divert suspicions from Westerbrook. Don't want him to come to any harm. Don't forget to return the flask to the storage. Think about Plan B. Going, gone. Body count rises as vanishings continue across Oakmont. Locals are in a panic with most of the reported disappearances occurring in the Shells, Salvation Harbor, and Grimhaven Bay. Captain Caleb Lyons of the Oakmont Police has put out a call for information. Our evidence suggests a link between these disappearances and the charity organization EOD that has recently risen to prominence among the city's poor, said Lyons. Most of the victims seem to have either joined the group or been a recipient of their alms. We encourage anyone to come with information to come forward. The Chronicle reminds readers to avoid any suspicious newcomers, especially Innsmouthers, and to remain at home during evening hours. Stay alert.
This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the EOD is in the center of all of it.
Disturbance in the Shells as fighting breaks out between locals and Innsmouthers. The cause of the conflict appeared to be the disappearance of several women, with locals accusing a group of Innsmouthers of the crime. The Oakmont police continue to investigate the vanishings, but as yet the case remains unsolved. One source from the Shells reports that traces of fish scales and seaweed were found at multiple victims' homes, which seems to have precipitated the fight. Well, now I'm starting to think that our patron might be sponsoring this whole activity. Reading material?
Budge.
I loved you. I always loved you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fancy dresses locked away in a dark corner for a long time. I'm starting to smell some deep family trauma here.
Indeed. Forensics mode activate.
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George. George, I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
You slept with a fish?
I don't care what your damn EOD cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine. Mine!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Well, and
George?
then...
I
And
don't
then-
care what your...
You will never understand our cause.
Obviously.
My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
George Cavendish. He had a wife named Anna. She had a baby that was not his, but blessed by the sea and claimed by the EOD. This caused their split.
What's going on, Charles? Whoa.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Calm down. My name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator.
Right now, you look like someone who's breaking into my house. A burglar. Explain yourself.
Sure, we will get right to that in episode 17 of The Sinking City. Talk to you soon.